All right, everybody, buckle up, because today we are diving headfirst into the world of electric trucks.
Ooh, sounds exciting. I'm ready when you are.
You guys know how much we love geeking out over here, and you sent in some articles about the 2025 Chevy Silverado EV, so
Yeah.
well, let's just say there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, there's some big changes coming this year.
Big might be an understatement, my friend, because get this, 492
492. Well, hold on. You got to give me.
miles. 492 miles on a single charge.
Whoa, wait, seriously?
I'm serious. That's what the new Silverado EV Max range work truck trim is boasting.
Okay, color me impressed. That kind of range really changes the game for electric trucks. I mean, that's enough to get you from, what, San Francisco to LA without breaking a sweat?
And then some. No more range anxiety with this bad boy.
It sounds like Chevy's really trying to tackle that whole range anxiety thing head on.
Absolutely. And they're not stopping there. You've also got new trim levels coming out, expanding those work truck options, and adding an LT trim. Plus, let's not forget about the RST model.
So they're really trying to hit every corner of the market with this one.
Exactly. It's all about giving you more choices, better prices.
Speaking of price, what are we looking at for the base model Silverado EV?
So the base work truck starts at $57,095.
Okay, it's not exactly chump change, but I'm guessing with the tax credits and all that, it might end up being a pretty good deal.
Potentially, especially if you qualify for that $7,500 federal tax credit. That could sweeten the deal considerably. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's break down these trim levels. Starting with the work truck, it's all about functionality, right?
Yeah, the work truck is for getting things done, and with that 492-mile range, I mean, that's a full workday and then some, no problem.
Right. And if you don't need all that, there's always the extended range option, which still clocks in at a very respectable 422 miles. And don't forget, a standard range option is coming later this year. Options, options, options.
They're really trying to cover all the bases. But what about this new LT trim? I'm curious about that one.
The LT, oh, it's exciting. It's like the best of both worlds. Workhorse capability with those everyday comforts. I'm talking standard 300 kilowatt DC public fast charging. So you can juice up in a Jiffy, plus a towing capacity of up to 12,500 pounds.
Okay, that's impressive for an in-between trim level.
And hold on to your hat, because it's packing up to 645 horsepower with what Chevy calls wide open watts mode.
Wide open watts. That sounds intense. I'm intrigued, though. Tell me more.
It sounds like their way of saying, get ready for some serious acceleration. But first, let's talk about that fast charging. That changes the game for people who rely on their truck day in and day out. You can't be chained to a charger when you've got work to do.
No kidding. It's all about efficiency. But hey, you mentioned the LT Premium package. What's the deal with that? What else can it do?
Okay, tell me more about this premium package. What else can it do?
Well, for starters, you get the Multi-Flex Midgate, which is a fancy way of saying you can extend the length of your truck bed.
So if you need to haul something extra long, no problem.
Exactly. And maybe even cooler, the premium package comes with Super Cruise.
Hold on, Super Cruise. Like
Okay.
hands-free driving in a truck.
You got it. And it even works while you're towing.
Wow. That's next level stuff. Hands-free towing.
It really is. It could be a game changer for people who tow on a regular basis.
No kidding. Speaking of game changers, we got to talk about the Silverado EV RST. Type of the line, all the bells and whistles.
This is the one that's turning heads. Sleek, powerful, and with that max range battery pack, you're looking at up to 460 miles of range.
Yeah, this is the one I picture myself cruising down the highway and just soaking up the envious stares.
And they're not holding back on the colors either. You've got your standard options, but then there's this Zephyr Blue Matte Metallic. Almost sounds too fancy for a truck, don't you think?
Maybe, but I kind of love it. Okay, so we've thrown a lot of numbers around today. Horsepower, torque, towing capacity. But what does all that actually mean for the everyday driver?
That's the important part, right? It's not just about the numbers on paper. It's about how the truck actually performs when you need it to.
Exactly. Can it handle those heavy loads? Does it accelerate smoothly? That's what matters.
Exactly. And all of that comes down to the battery technology, which in this case is GM's Ultium platform. It's designed for efficiency and durability. Plus, they're offering an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the battery and electrical components.
Wow. 8 years, 100,000 miles. That's a pretty strong statement. It sounds like they really stand behind this technology.
Absolutely. And you have to admit, it's pretty impressive how far electric trucks have come in such a short amount of time.
It really is. We've gone from, can they even make an electric truck? Yeah. To 492 miles on a single charge in what feels like the blink of an eye. And hands-free towing.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing. What's been the most exciting thing for you throughout all of this?
I think for me, the most significant takeaway is just how much the automotive industry is shifting. You've got these
Yeah.
major players like Chevy, Ford, Ram, they're all going all in on electric. It really feels like a turning point.
Yeah, it's not just a niche market anymore. Electric trucks are going mainstream. And with big names like Chevy making these moves, what do you think this means for the future of trucks overall?
Well, it's certainly shaking things up a bit, right? I mean, you've got Ford and Ram right there with them. They can't just sit back and watch.
Nope, the competition is heating up,
Exactly. And competition is good for everyone involved.
especially us, the consumers.
Right. We get better technology, better range, and hopefully better prices, all because these companies are duking it out.
It's a win-win for sure. We talked about the Silverado EV's Super Cruise for towing. And
Yep.
I got to say, it really blew my mind. Hands-free towing, that could be a game changer for people who tow regularly.
Think about it. Long road trips with a camper in tow. So much less stressful.
Right. And safer, too, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. Staying in your lane, keeping a safe distance, even navigating traffic, all while towing something heavy, that's a game changer for safety.
No doubt about it. This whole deep dive has been pretty eye-opening. We've covered a lot of ground today. But before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with this. We've seen Chevy go all in on electric trucks, and we know the other big automakers are following suit. So the question is, will there be a day in the not-too-distant future when we see more electric trucks on the road than gas-powered ones?
It's a bold prediction, but is it really that far-fetched at this point?
I don't think so. Things are changing fast.
Faster than ever.
Well, on that note, a big thank you to everyone for joining us for this electrifying deep dive into the future of trucks. Until next time, keep those engines running. Or should I say, batteries charged.